Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Zero Mission. I am Rage Power Gamer and I will be your host today. Now, this part of this game is not exactly user-friendly from my experience, but if you're into stealth games, it's really fun because you pretty much just have to sneak around the space pirate ship and all you get to do is freeze them. But there's a lot of little secret passages, and although freezing them is all you can do, sometimes it can be very useful, but if you can make it to like the other side of something, they can actually, they'll actually stop seeing you. Like normally, you could go up here, but you have to be careful because if you shoot these, you can fall through and they'll see you. But generally, the dark, shady areas are where you're going to want to hide the most, because for some reason, it makes them harder to see you, but you'll know what I mean when you see the dark, shady areas. These laser beams will also trip them off. We'll also come across some searchlights and laser eyes, but that won't be for a while. This part's very tricky, but you can do it without being seen. You pretty much have to wall jump it though, and it's almost impossible. I've seen it done though. But generally speaking, you just want to make it away from them and Now, they will do exactly one tank of damage. I'm not sure about when they hit you with their beams. But generally speaking, as many energy tanks as you have, as many hits as you can take. Let's see over here, I'm hidden because when he made it into the room, he couldn't see me. So he kind of figures I'm not here. When you make it into a room, if the alarms are already tripped, there's a set amount of space pirates to come in a set amount of doors at specific times. So just because you made it into a room and into a safe place, it doesn't necessarily mean you are safe. Because there might be space pirates that enter from other points. And over here's a save point. And the save points obviously recover your health, so that's definitely a nice thing. Turn up my volume a little bit. Yeah, I hate this pistol though. I wish you could have the option to use it after you get your power suit back, just as a way to make this game more difficult, if it needed to be. But there's pretty much only one set path you can take through here. You will find places where it'll split off, and they're not very easy to miss. And there's one hidden back there who can hit you. And sometimes they'll have you running around shooting things frantically, so that way you can make it through before they see you. Ow. Ow. Yeah, okay, so the shots do one tank of damage too. And sometimes it'll be really nice and they'll just give you some pit blocks and you won't be able to be seen. And then eventually you'll just go away. I'm just fast forwarding because, oh, well, searchlight room. But I'm fast forwarding for the sake of time. But if you get seen by the center of those searchlights, you're pretty screwed. Because it sounds the alarm, so it's no different than being seen by a space pirate. But it's really nice to be able to go around here and just not have to worry about being seen or running away frantically. They will give you frequent save points, so that's definitely it's a way to tell you're on the right track. It's so weird playing this not fast forwarding, because normally I fast forward everything that's not needed. Oh, this room can be a bitch. Because, as you can see, there are lights everywhere, and some of these blocks you'll see coming up in a minute are pit blocks, and if you jump too high, you will trigger the lasers. And if you power grip onto some of them... Ah! You can make it through there without being seen. It's just a matter of knowing your way around. And if you make it up here and you crouch, I believe they will stop seeing you. Yes, but if you're standing up, he will see you when you turn around, or when he turns around, I believe, and he will just shoot the crap out of you. But there are some places where it's pretty hard to avoid being seen, like right there. Like if you time it perfectly, you can do it without being seen, but it's generally a very hard feat because it's pretty random. I've never seen any skill to it. And I'm probably gonna die. They do walk faster than you'll find out in this room. But, if I'm not mistaken... Ow. Yeah, and I'm one hit till death. If I can be lucky enough to make it to a save room, however... Yeah, save rooms, as I already told you, will not work. Crouch. Yeah, you can see this is kind of a darkness area up here. Ah, I can't believe I made it to this save room. Like I said, I've only done this once or twice. I believe twice now because I've already beaten the game. No, this will be my third time. I've beaten the game twice. Years ago. Like, within a year of it coming out, so... And then I did a practice run of it. Obviously, just before I... Ooh. No. Ah. Let's just reverse this. Because I want to see if I can do this room without being seen. Alright, yeah, that'll be the last time I do that. I'll just... You can wall jump it, but it's easier if you just make it the normal way. They make it so that wall jumping helps you out here, but it's not necessarily a make or break. Don't worry, he can't see you as long as you stay out of the light. Don't ask me why they have random searchlights bobbing around. I mean, it seems a very ineffective form of security, if you ask me. Especially considering there's so few and they've got a very sporadic pattern. Yeah, this is actually a pretty fun place to run through if you're getting chased. All the way over here there's pit blocks. I don't know if that'll help you escape from them at any point. These things are tricky. Well, I mean, they're probably one of the easier things to avoid next to the searchlights. But if you notice, your foot hangs down. And when your foot hangs down, what that basically means is if it crosses over your foot, you're seen and you're screwed. I usually get seen in this room only because it's very easy to. And then you get chased through here and you gotta shoot these blocks, but these are delayed pit blocks. But it really sucks because if you're getting chased, they materialize right before the pirate goes over them. But then you're always seen right there anyway. Let's see if ducking in here will help. Oh, but there's a ninja pirate that comes through here, see? That's why I told you you're not always safe. But down here, if you duck, this stupid pirate doesn't know any the wiser. And he just leaves. You can shoot those blocks and just climb up it normally. I try not to wall jump too much because, first of all, I'm not that good at it, so I'm not really showing it off. But second of all, most people don't wall jump that I've ever known. I've seen people that can barely space jump make it through this game. Over here there's a secret save room. It's not really secret because, I mean, it's not really that hard to find, but it's definitely nice. Well, obviously save rooms are always nice when you're in a stressful place like this. And if you see, this guy took the power bomb tank, that bastard. That's what that was. Obviously, if you've ever played Fusion, that was a power bomb tank. And he's right there, so let's see if we can catch him. Don't worry, you can't. No matter how good you are at this game, you cannot catch him. And over here we have more of these eyes. Over here's a nice big safe area because the dark places they can never see into. The eyes will never go so that their beams cross into the dark areas. This one, you have to make sure you stay in the tunnel because she will automatically sit up and her head will get in the beam. And I think her ponytail can be seen right here, but I'm not going to chance it. And I do not know how I did not get seen right there, because I pretty much jumped through the beam. Oh, but you get seen here anyway, so it doesn't matter. And there seems to be a dark area down there for some reason. I don't know if it serves a purpose. Those blocks are flower power blocks. They're screw attack blocks, so don't even try going through them. And up, there's nothing. You can't get up. Make sure you don't give into the temptation to turn around and shoot him, because then you will get hit by the guy above him. Because he jumps, and if you just run, you can just barely make it. I don't know why I stunned him. Don't bother jumping up there. They will, those are pit blocks. You can never stand up there. This is what I considered the trickiest room for a while, because if you actually just run in circles, they will stop seeing you, but then eventually you'll run into one. So you want to jump over to here, and then shoot that. Because that'll make them stop seeing you, even though they obviously know you're up there. And here comes a pit blocks, and then save room. So you obviously cannot go back that way. I mean, obviously there's a possibility that there's a screw attack blocks up there. Oh, power bomb blocks. Oh, so you can go back up there once you get power bomb. I hear the music changes. I want to listen to it for a minute. It's kind of creepy, but at the same time it's kind of comforting, because it kind of sounds like the save room music. Oh, here we have a cutscene. Everybody be quiet for the cutscene. There's a baby in the background. I'm aware of this. And this place obviously hits Samus Aran in the heart, because that's obviously baby Samus Aran. She was taken in by the Kozo. Actually, she was probably taken as an infant. I'm not exactly sure of that fact. But regardless, she is back to where she knows and loves. And it looks like she knows what she must do, even though it's not really apparent what she must do at any point. But as you can see, he seems to have a power suit. And there's this epic organ music. And you can run back and forth, and you are imaged here. And this is actually a boss fight, and when it turns to that image, which seems to be a abstract version of him, that's when you want to shoot it. Any other time, it'll just hurt. And he will flash occasionally, and a lightning bolt will come down, do 50 damage apiece. As you can see, you only need to hit him 4 times. That probably wasn't very necessary. Ah, and I missed the 3rd time. Wow. It's very easy to actually hit him the first 4 times. I'm just being stupid. And he does these really cool bouncy patterns. But this can be a difficult fight if you don't know what you're doing, or if it's your first time doing it. And I don't know why it's taking me so long. Probably because he's doing that weird bouncy pattern. Most of the time he only flies across the top for me. There we go. 3rd one. One more hit and he's down. Although that was kind of obvious. Ah. But it's really cool because, as you can see, his lightning will actually like run along the walls and everything. I do not know how I shot myself to death. Let's try this again, shall we? Fast forwarding at like 35 times the speed. Alright, let's try this again. You can easily do this fight in under 30 seconds if you're good, and he decides to not be a douche. See, 3rd hit already. I just sucked last time. And there we go, he's down. I probably won't need to cut any of this out. This is very cool. Now she sits there and stares at herself. And then you see what seems to be the same power suit you had, but with some giant shoulder pads, so maybe it's got a new upgrade? And there's her booty. Dad ass, dad ass. And you have everything back! And now you have the plasma beam. This powerful beam can blast through multiple enemies. And you also have the gravity suit. Reduces damage from foes even further. Enables free movement in water and stops lava damage, which is really nice. And last but not least, you also get the space jump. It says somersault continually in the air. Use A mid somersault to jump again. Basically what that means is these enemies that have been ridiculously annoying because you couldn't harm them whatsoever, you can now completely mess them up with one hit. And especially considering you can infinitely screw attack by space jumping. Pretty much every time you see me hit this invisible ground and go up is when I'm tapping A again. But I mean, if you just tap it, you'll just do this. It's the most responsive space jump that I've seen in a Metroid game. But I generally hit it and hold it. And these pit blocks will take you down here, and you get your first chance to try out the plasma beam. Looks just like the wave beam, but it's got a different noise, and it's got some stuff in the middle this time. Basically, you can screw up anything that you find here. Right here are some missile blocks. And now we can speed boost underwater, because we've got perfectly normal movement underwater. We can get a missile tank, or a super missile tank. Now, up here, this is actually the hardest missile, or the hardest energy tank in the game to get, and probably the hardest item to get. So, I'll see you next time. No, I won't. I'll just see if I can do it right now. Because we need to start back here. And I'll save it right there. What you need to do, Shine Spark, Speed Boost, Duck. But apparently they were here for a reason, and it just blew my mind when I saw what that reason was. Alright. And you want to Shine Spark to the right. Oh! And then you will go through all of this crap and get the hardest freaking energy tank that you will ever work to get.